Dear students, today we are going to complete the second part of chapter 2 classification of O-level biology 5090. And in the second part, we will discuss the invertebrates. Invertebrates are those organisms which don't have backbone. So invertebrates, we will discuss arthropoda. And the phylum Arthropoda contain a wide diversity of animals with hard exoskeletons. Vertebral column is absent, but they have hard exoskeleton and jointed appendages. Jointed appendages are the parts of the arthropods with joints. So many familiar species belong to the phylum Arthropoda, and generally we have to discuss some classes of phylum Arthropoda which are part of the syllabus. And the examples of these phylum Arthropodas are insects, spiders, scorpions, centipedes, and millipedes. On land, crabs, crayfish, shrimps, lobsters, and barnacles in water. So arthropoda have variety of species. Some of them live on land and some of them live in water. So we have to discuss both of them. So in this regards, I would like to move towards the next class of arthropoda, which is class insecta, in which insects are included. And students, you know, the insect body is divided into three main parts. Three main parts, which is head, thorax, and abdomen. Head, thorax, and abdomen. So insects have no internal skeleton. Instead, they have covered in an external shell. External shell, which is present in insects. You can say if we touch them, they feel very hard. So that is their exoskeleton, which is present outside the body. So it is called as exoskeleton. And purpose of this exoskeleton is that it protects their soft internal organs because their bodies are very soft inside. So this exoskeleton protects them. No insect has more than pairs of legs. Three pairs of legs means they can have one pair of leg, two pair of leg, or three pair of legs. Except for some immature forms such as caterpillars, they have prolegs. Caterpillars, they are the larvae, they are the immature forms of some insects. So they will have more than three pairs of legs. These are appendages that serve the purpose of legs. The typical insect mouth has pair of lower jaw, which is maxilla, part of the jaw, and upper jaw, mandibles. Both of they are the mouth parts and jaws of the insects, which are designed to bite. Their purpose is that they have to bite because they are insects. There are many variations to their structure, as many moths and butterflies have tubular sucking mouth parts. They have to suck. They have to suck. So their mouth parts are just like sucking tubes. Many bugs and other blood-sucking insects have sucking, stabbing mouth parts, and some adult insects simply don't have functional mouth parts. So they have variety of different mouth parts as they have to um, get the different variety of foods. So according to their requirement of the body, according to their requirement, they have the different varieties of their mouth parts. Insects have one pair of antennae located on head, one pair of antenna. Most insects have one or two pairs of wings, although some insects have, such as lice, fleas, uh, bristle tails, and silverfish are completely wings. It means, again, there is variety in whether they have wings or whether they are without wings. So insects, so that is the reason insects are called as the most, you can say, available uh, population on earth. So in different varieties. Now I would like to move towards the next slide. in which I have shown the different types of insects, in which you can see there are butterflies, there are housefly, bees, locusts, grasshoppers, etc. So these are the different examples of the insects. As you know, the variety of insects are available on the earth. So the different insects are can be seen in the world. The second class which we are going to discuss is Myriapoda. Myriapoda, most species have many pairs of legs. Most species, it means there were, in case of insect, there were only 3 pairs of legs, but in this Myriapoda, they have many legs, many pairs of legs. 2 body sections, only 2 body section, mouth and other body part is there, which is very long. 1 pair of antenna on the head, 1 pair of antenna on the head, simple eyes, and mandibles and maxilla. You know, maxilla is upper jaw and mandible is the mouth parts. Respiratory, both are the mouth parts. You can say the respiratory exchange occurs through tracheal system. So trachea is there, tracheal is there, with tracheal system is there, with the help of which the respiration takes place in them. And here we can say that the examples are millipedes and centipedes. Millipedes and centipedes. Millipedes means they have a pair of feet after every millimeter distance on the body. And centipedes, they have a pair of feet after every centimeter. So here you can see the difference between millipede and centipede. Pede means foot or leg over here, you can say. So they have their feet after every 1 millimeter, and in centipedes they have their pair of leg after 1 centimeter. So they are called as millipedes and centipedes. When they feel danger, and they curl up. When they feel danger, so their body curls up, so to protect from their enemies. So it was all about Myriapoda. Move to the next. Arachnids. Arachnids in another class of arthropoda, and this term refers to a class of animals that includes spiders, scorpions, mites, and ticks. And ticks. Body segmentation. You can see the spiders, scorpions, mites, and ticks. All they bite. All they have poison inside, so they can bite. It can be harmful for the person. So body segmentation usually consisting of head, thorax, and abdomen. It means head, thorax, and abdomen, they have 3 body parts. Jointed appendages, again their parts have joints. A firm but flexible exoskeleton. They have exoskeleton as well. You know, the spiders, scorpions, all they have exoskeleton. So to keep a shape of the body. An open circulatory system. They don't have closed circulatory system as we have. Closed circulatory system, blood flows into the vessels. So blood is freely flowing in the body, not contained in vessels. They don't have vessels to flow blood in. So their blood is freely flowing in the body. They have specialized appendages, special parts, including claws, crustaceans or wings insects. So just like you can say, the arachnids have special type of appendages as claws, just like crustaceans, or wings just like insects. Examples are, you can see on the screen, ticks, mites, scorpions, spiders. So all they are the different poisonous arthropods which have poison inside their, you can say, special teeth, which are fangs. They can kill even a human. Now I would like to move towards the next slide, in which we will discuss the next class, which is crustaceans. And crustaceans are a group of animals with boneless bodies. Boneless bodies, they don't have skeleton inside. So covered with hardened skin that acts as external skeleton. Their bodies are very soft. Boneless means very soft, but their skin is very hard, and skin acts not only protects their body, also act as an external skeleton, uh, to which we call as exoskeleton. They have flexible joints. Their joints are very flexible that also aid in movement. So that is the reason they can move. More than 50,000 species of crustaceans have been described and documented. So crustaceans are also available in wide variety. So I would like to move their example. We will see their examples can be the crabs. And the crabs are very soft inside and they have exoskeleton. So different variety of crabs can be under this heading of crustaceans. So it was all about the invertebrata and arthropods. Now I would like to move towards the, it means we have completed our animal kingdom. Now we are going to start about the plant kingdom. And the plant kingdom contains all varieties of plants which are existing on the earth. Kingdom Plantae include all the plants. They are eukaryotic, multicellular, autotrophic. Eukaryotes, which have proper nucleus inside. So they are multicellular. They are autotrophic organisms, means they can photosynthesize. They can manufacture their own food. And the plants, the common general characteristics, all plants have rigid cell wall. They have chloroplast, they have chlorophyll, and chloroplast and chlorophyll is compulsory as they manufacture their own food because they are called as autotrophic organisms. So now we will discuss the different uh, types of plants. Majorly, we will discuss only two types as the plants which have flowers and which don't have flowers. So here, first of all, we will discuss the ferns or non-flowering plants. Ferns are non-flowering plants. They don't produce the flowers. So ferns generally produce by producing spores. Spores are the sexual cells or asexual cells, which can be present in the uh, plants uh, to produce. So similar to flowering plants, ferns have roots. They have stems, they have leaves, but they don't have flowers. So they are called as non-flowering plants. So they also grow at damp and shady places because they need less temperature. So some of them they grow at damp and shady places, but they are non-flowering plants, and so they reproduce themselves by spores. Next slide, you can see the ferns, and you can also see their habitat, where they are growing, where there is less sunlight, where there is shady place and dampness over there. So the ferns grow at those places. Now the second types of plants are angiosperms. Angiosperms are also called as the flowering plants. So they produce flowers. Angiosperms are the most advanced produce flowers. Hence, angiosperms are called flowering plants. Flowering plants have stem, leaves, roots, just like the ferns, but they reproduce sexually by speeds located in fruits produced in the flowers. They have flowers. So flowers are called their reproductive organs. So they have female flower, they have male flowers, or sometimes they have male and female part on the same flower. So in this way, they reproduce. As most of these structures are distinctive, neither a microscope nor the help of a botanist is needed usually to identify the various parts. That is, they have their specific parts. They have their special parts, which everybody knows. So plants will always have those parts. So there is not need for any person to recognize them. So I would like to move to the next slide in which we will uh, angiosperms are diversity is divided into two main groups. They can be monocots or they can be dicots. Monocots, mono means single, dicots means di. Cot means abbreviation of cotyledon. So monocots mean monocotyledons and dicot means dicotyledon, based primarily on the number of cotyledons they possess. If they have single cotyledon, so they will be called as monocotyledonous plants. If they have double cotyledon, so they will be called as dicotyledonous or dicots. A monocot with an abbreviation for monocotyledon will have only one cotyledon, and a dicot or dicotyledon will have two cotyledons. So this is all about this mono and di. And now I would like to show in the next the angiosperms or the flowering plants. You can see over there they have flowers. Now the differences between monocots and dicots you can see on screen. That is the different. Here you can see only one cotyledon is present. So they have shown the cone which cannot be divided into two parts. There it has two cotyledons. And here we can give an example of beans, or we can give an example of pea or chickpeas. So one cotyledon and two cotyledons here, wheat, rice, or corn. And floral parts are in threes, 1, 2, 3, and alternate of 3, 1, 2, 3. So in floral parts in 4 or 5, there will be 4 petals or 5 petals. And parallel leaf means so in this way, the leaves in this way. Or here you can see on the leaf the network of veins. So pollen grains have one pore or furrow. Pollen grains have one pore or furrow, but in them, in dicots, 3 pores or furrows are actually present. So, and vascular bundles throughout stem group. You can say the distribution of these vascular bundles, they are randomly present in monocots, whereas in dicots, they are present in a circle. So in this way, I would like to say the difference between monocots and dicots. So you can see them. And in the next slide, we will move. And next slide is about a virus. Virus is submicroscopic infectious agent that replicates only inside the living cells of an organism. It can replicate when it is inside the host, which can be a living organism. It can be a microscopic organism, microorganism, or it can be a plant. So it can replicate only inside the living cells. When it is outside the living organisms, it is considered as non-living organism. So because when it is inside the living organisms, it can replicate due to the presence of DNA and RNA. DNA, it can have DNA or RNA. So it is considered as a living when it is, but it replicates when it is inside the body of the host. So viruses infect all life forms from animals, plants to microscopic organisms, including bacteria, archaea, Viruses are found in almost every ecosystem. They are present on earth, they are present on land, they are present in the water, they are present everywhere. So they are the most numerous type of biological entity. So they are able to reproduce inside the host due to the presence of DNA or RNA. Now, structure of the virus: wide diversity of sizes and shapes called morphologies. Morphologies is actually the scientific study of the different sizes or shapes of the viruses or other organisms. In general, viruses are much smaller than bacteria. They can be smaller than bacteria. More than 1,000 bacteriophage viruses would fit into one bacterial cell. So, the bacteriophage virus can also infect the bacterium cell, and thousands of bacteriophage viruses can fit into one bacterium cell. So, it means they are very small in size than bacteria. A complete virus particle known as virion consists of nucleic acid surrounded by a protective coat of protein called a capsid. So it consists of mostly the only the two parts, that is nucleic acid and protein coat. Now I would like to show you its shape and structure in the next slide. You can see nucleocapsid, nucleic acid, which is here, it is single stranded, means this is RNA. Membrane protein, this is the membrane protein, and surface protein. So lipid layers, which is between the surface protein and membrane protein, and nucleic acid in the form of RNA, and nucleocapsid, which is protein capsule, which is a protective cover around the nucleic acid. So with the help of the surface protein, uh, it is, you can say, this surface protein is very specific. So in this way, we can have the this virus considered as living and non-living agent. So here I would like to say that, students, it was all about today's lesson. Please like, subscribe, and share my channel. Thank you so much.